Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're having an awesome week. I'm really excited. I am finally going to attempt what can only be described as one of the most famous home distilling recipes there is, the UJSM. Hey guys, welcome to Still It. This is the channel all about chasing the craft of home distillation and making it a legitimate hobby. I'm Jesse. Welcome. If it's your first time here and you're into this sort of stuff, have a look around. This might just be the channel for you. If it is, hit this subscribe button down below and we make sure you don't miss anything. Alright guys, like I said, today I am finally making a Uncle Jesse's sour mash and I can't wait. I really think from everything I've seen this is the most famous home distilling recipe there is. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know, maybe something else. I can't think of anything right now that would top it. But basically this is a sugar head that is flavored with cracked corn. The idea being is it's supposed to represent or be pretty similar to a bourbon, but it's a whole lot easier, especially if you're not set up to do all grain mashes. This is cool. I'm really looking forward to it, and I have to say this recipe looks so easy, which is pretty cool. So if you really know what you're doing, if you've done this a bunch of times, stick around and give me some hints and tips. If you haven't done this before, stick around because I'm guessing you may just want to try it. Basically all it is corn and sugar with water and a bit of yeast added afterwards. So what I'm making today is 25 liters in total. I'm using 5.5 kilos of table sugar plus 5.5 kilos of kibbled maize. Yep, I screwed up already. I totally miscalculated the conversion when I was switching from the original recipe in imperial into metric, and I got it totally wrong. I put way too much sugar in for the volume. So just so there's no confusion, here is the original recipe, and here it is converted to 25 liters. Huge shout out for my man over on the NZ Home Distiller Forum for catching that for me before I made a complete ass of myself and screwed up my first generation. And for giving me a solution on how to fix it pretty easily. Basically, I just diluted it down with extra water until I got to the right concentration of sugar. No harm done. More often than not, the forums are going to get you out of troubles like this and answer all the questions you want. But sometimes you just really need one-on-one help with someone, or you need to consult with someone. And luckily, I know a guy that's just started doing that. His name's Andrew. He's the guy that totally hooked me up with my sweet-ass boiler. He knows his stuff. And he's now offering a distilling consulting service. I'll stick his email address down below if you feel like getting in touch with him. But if you are interested, I would totally recommend sticking around to the end of the video because he has very kindly offered a 1-hour Skype consult for a Still It viewer as a prize. Hang around to the end of the video for more details on that. First of all, I've got 6 liters or 6 kilos of really hot water in here, and I'm going to add the sugar to it to mix it up. The only reason that I'm mixing it in this bowl is so it's easier for you guys to see. It's easier for me to get the camera over this pot than this pot. Otherwise, I'd mix it in there. Keep stirring until the solution goes clear. That's when you know that all the sugar is dissolved. And obviously until there is nothing sitting on the bottom. You may need to add a little bit more water just to get it all to dissolve. But I'm trying to use as little really hot water now as I can just to make it easier to get it down to pitching temperature later on. Alright, there we go. Nice and clear. No solids floating around. Time to get it into the bucket. That was silly. I don't know why I used the stainless bucket. I got to show you the inside of this thing anyway. So after rejiggering the camera, we're good to go. In goes the corn. Woohoo, dusty. And here's the syrup. So now I just need to add water into this to get to my full fermenting volume and also to get to my pitching temperature. And the way I'm going to do that is just simply to add hot and cold water as needed, checking more and more the closer I get to that full volume. So I'm at 15 liters and 32 degrees, so I need water that's probably at about 20 degrees. Tap water right now is a little bit cooler than that, so I will be adding some warmer water too. We are now at 25 liters and 27 degrees, so near enough's good enough. I'm happy with that. While we're waiting for the yeast to hydrate, actually I may as well put a bit of that in there too, just to make it happy. While we're waiting for that to hydrate, I think it's really important to let you know that this recipe is a generational recipe. And what that means is that you need the back set from this to start the next one. And that's why it's called a sour mash. We take from the last generation and add it into the next generation instead of some of the water. Traditionally, you're supposed to use at least 25%, and I've seen recommendations not to go above 50%. So personally, I'm probably going to aim for about 30%, but it's really important to note that this is not a sour mash, because I do not have any backset in here. The next generation will be my first sour mash, and most people that do this recipe will tell you that each generation gets better and better up until about sort of 5 to 7. It seems like people say is the best. It is one of those things that's going to take a little bit of time, but hey, that's totally worth it, right? We're distillers, that's what we do. We invest time to make really good product. So just remember guys, this is generation number 1 of the UJSM, Uncle Jesse's Sour Mash, which isn't a sour mash. Cool? It's also not really a mash because we haven't converted starches from the corn into sugar. We're just using the corn as yeast nutrient and also as flavoring to add to the sugar head. It's basically just sugar that we're fermenting into alcohol in here. Alright team, enough talk. It's time for me to pitch the yeast. Get this out into the fermentation chamber. I'm going to ferment this at 25 degrees. If this is something you're into guys, check in for the next video. It'll be generation number 2, I'll have in the title, where I will be pot stripping this and also creating the second generation with the back set from that. My first generation of UJSM is now fermenting away in my fridge really nicely. It should take somewhere between sort of 3 and 6 days to ferment out, and then I can get on to generation number 2. So thanks for watching the video guys. If you just wanted to see the UJSM stuff, that's cool. I'll catch you later. If however you want to know how to enter the competition for the 1-hour consult with Andrew, stick around, I got you covered. Alright team, more often than not I find giveaways and stuff on YouTube channels a little bit cheesy and they're just a view grab or you know, like forcing people to subscribe, which never works. It never does anyone any good. They subscribe and then they unsubscribe again. So I think what I want to do is, for giveaways on this channel, I don't want it to be about building the channel. That's going to happen anyway if my stuff's good enough. What I want it to be about is saying thank you to you guys for being so awesome. I don't say it enough. You're amazing. I totally appreciate everyone that watches these videos and everyone especially that comments and hangs out and shares information with everyone else and gets me out of tight spots as well. So I want giveaways and things like that on this channel to be a thank you to you guys and show that I really appreciate you and I love what you're doing for the home distilling community. So here's the deal guys, all you need to do to enter the giveaway is to comment on this video with one of 2 things. First up, let us know what you would like to talk to a consultant about. Perhaps you're new to this hobby and you're just not sure where to start. It's a big learning curve, I get that. Maybe you're starting to get into it and you're not sure what the next step is. Or especially if you're in New Zealand, Andrew could really help you out with looking at the steps that you need to take to go pro. So you can comment with what you would like to get out of a consult, or you can comment down below with a suggestion on what I should officially call my bastard whiskey. I have to say I do like to name some of the stuff that I make, and I enjoy sort of going the extra step and designing a label or something. So if you have an idea for me on that, that would be awesome. Basically everyone that comments with one of those 2 things, I'm going to put your name literally in a hat and draw it out, and I'm going to give you a week to get those comments in and enter if you want to enter. Just be aware that it may be a little bit longer than an actual week in YouTube time before you see the results for that, but don't worry, in a week's time I'll be drawing the results. There will of course be a few terms and conditions. I will stick those down below in the description of the video, so make sure you check those out too. Alright guys, I am out of here. See ya.